everyone, my name is Pearlescent Moon and welcome back to another video. As you guys saw at the beginning, I attended PAX Australia in Melbourne this year and had an absolute blast. There's so many lovely people I had the opportunity to meet and so many games to try and play. During the event, I was invited to attend an exclusive session with Nvidia that explored and exampled RTX technology. A big part of this demonstration is real-time ray trace shadows that can be utilised in video and game development. It had recently been announced that ray tracing will be coming to Minecraft on the Windows 10 Bedrock Edition, and I'm personally quite excited about it and the potential it has for improving gameplay and immersion. I was lucky enough to be given the opportunity to get some recorded gameplay footage while I explored the world with RTX enabled, to which I have included some clips of that for you all to see. Let's explore areas of the world together and delve into the current development progress of ray traced Minecraft. Immediately, I was given the option of two worlds to join and explore. One was adding ray traced graphics to the vanilla textures of Minecraft, and the other was created using a more realistic custom resource pack. I decided to start off with the roots to see the big difference that RTX technology makes to the game that we all clearly recognise. You'll notice throughout the video that I switch between normal Minecraft graphics and the ray traced version. This was easy enough with a provided hotkey for efficient comparisons. You start off in a fairly dark room, but are met with immediate light emanating from a nearby fireplace. The light reflects off the floor and almost gives it that warm, homey feel. Of course, this could be comforted with extra light around the room, but for the most part it showcases how light is travelling across the room from that one source. The rainbow flooring inside this building is illuminated from the light casted through the window frames, and becomes really vibrant, showing the colour burst effect it has. Moving down the stairs into the darkness, I was immediately met with lighting that activated as I walked through the hallway. It really drew my attention to the lights and the slightly eerie vibe that are added to the surrounding darkness. Moving into a room full of ores was a clear example of the utilisation of rays of light shining through a hole in the ceiling. It immediately drew my attention to the point of contact, which is a key component in effective level design in games. Light draws attention to an object for the player, effectively guiding people where you want them to go. The same can be applied for a contrasting colour in an environment. Lava was also given illumination as you would expect, and it's certainly very bright to the eyes. Has anyone here actually seen real lava in person? I'm very curious on what it actually looks like and how bright it is. I've never seen it personally myself, so I would love to know. Leaving the cave was certainly a wow moment. The light shining down to the ground and splitting from obstructing objects, as if it enveloped the scene, was just simply beautiful. You have the contrast of the structural bridge inside an overgrown hollow of terrain. I could almost imagine some birds flying overhead to really bring it all together. This was also the first instance of seeing water with RTX enabled. It looks reasonably glassy as it cascades down the mountainside and pools into the small pool below. Subtle reflections in the water combined with the slight movement can give that calm, flowing vibe. Now you can't actually get in the water at this development stage of RTX Minecraft, so I can't show it unfortunately, but they're working to constantly develop this version for complete functionality. Reflections and the way light bounces off blocks with certain properties is important for ray tracing development. It simulates the way light will interact with objects in real time. I loved the blue light that encased this room full of ice from the many points of illumination placed around the area. These next two rooms showcase the lava light and sunshine rays again, but in a more atmospheric standpoint. The path makes its way over the lava, leading you into a room full of shiny, reflective, compact ore blocks. One of the most impressive aspects I found of RTX is that small light adjustment detail. The effect you get when your eyes are adjusting to a super bright outside light after coming out of darkness for an extended period of time. The scene takes shape around you and the light falls back to a normal level. I absolutely loved how similar that was to real-world light reaction. Here I decided to place my own light in a pitch black area. When I flicked the lever for the redstone lamp, the gradual build-up to full brightness was quite calming, over the harsh and sudden light switch you'd normally expect. Now we move onto the realistic resource pack world. This one shows off how light reflection doesn't just have a global, singular illumination, but rather simulates the precise colours emanating from the blocks. Not to mention, if you place down glass and look through it, it warps the textures on the other side as a regular glass material would in the real world. This pack includes grid-like blocks with many colours inside that almost felt a bit like a disco dance floor, and each separate colour from these is reflected onto the shiny walls. Of course I had to flick the lever. One cannot simply present me with one and have it unflicked. Hello, bright green RTX letters. Moving down the stairs of this house presented me with many rooms examining the light reflection even further. The first room gave the appearance that it just kept going, but in reality I was met with a wall. That's a really nice effect to add. The textures of the blocks in each room were also quite impressive, looking slightly 3D in nature. Depth and detail helps pull an atmosphere together. Now, I can't quite remember how this room works exactly, as I'm no expert on light projection. However, they had built this upside down, glowing red heart. Directly opposite was a hole in the wall that filtered the heart light through it and projected the right way up onto the wall into the adjoining room. This was quite a unique but effective way to showcase ray tracing capabilities. This colourful door hallway was one I wished I experimented a bit more with. I had seen in others' videos that they opened and closed the doors, and the light of course would no longer carry through into the hallway. Pretty cool way to experiment with colour combinations. All in all, RTX ray tracing is a pretty exciting version of Minecraft to be released at a later date. It was really fun to experience it and walk through it firsthand, as well as being able to record it for you guys. What are you most excited about with RTX technology? How would you guys use it in your builds to make them pop? Let us know in the comments below. I would love to hear all your opinions and feedback here. In the end, there's a couple of games that I'd like to showcase to you all as well. While attending PAX, I felt invested in knowing what they were about, and the people behind them were some of the kindest people you'll probably ever meet. The first game I would like to talk about is Clear. Now, I recently played this during a stream, which can be viewed in my other games playlist if anyone may be interested. Regardless, I had the chance to talk to the developer, where he then showed me quite an impressive show of gameplay. Super speedy, super risky, and super dangerous. Clear was explained to me as a form of side-scroller horror escape room. You play the role of a young girl who appears to slowly become possessed by a spirit called the War Maiden. You must make your way through the mansion and surrounding areas while saving your family and yourself from the evil creeping in. Puzzles require you to find keys and levers, as well as strategically avoiding the monsters via visual and audio cue. The next game I'd like to mention is more so an app, created for games like Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder. The team uses augmented reality within your phone devices to display 3D models on your screens projected from cards placed down in front of the camera. Combine cards from their specially designed set to create compiled scenes for visual reference as you play. If you've ever played D&D, you usually find that everyone has to visualize an area based off the words of the Game Master, who lays down the roads for participants to take. Sometimes this can get confusing in terms of how big a room is, where your character is, and also where the boss is, amongst other key points. Ardent Roleplay provides that app for you and fills in the blanks, allowing everyone to see the same thing and understand what they're up against without too much scene reiteration. Another key feature in this app is the ability to set character stats and storylines on your phone devices that can then be sent to other players linked to mobile phones. Not to mention, if you've ever needed to tell the Game Master something in secret, you can also just send them a message through the inbuilt communication system. I certainly found all this quite impressive and could relate to portions due to my previous involvement in a Dungeons & Dragons campaign. They are such a lovely group of people developing an amazing app experience, and I definitely recommend checking them out. Links to all three experiences can be found below for Nvidia's RTX Minecraft video, Clear, and Ardent Roleplay if you would like to check them out. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I have some super exciting Minecraft builds coming out in the coming weeks to show you all. If you'd like to stay updated, I post these generally in the community tab of my channel or on Twitter. I'm so sorry for the lack of uploads, guys. I am trying to work with it here, but I do have other work to do in the Minecraft marketplace. I'm working through things. I have a few videos waiting to be uploaded, essentially. Regardless, thank you guys so much for the support all through this time, and thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!